How has working at a startup incubator taught you to better teach entrepreneurship?
It's definitely led me to understand the vocabulary around VCs and financing and how that game works around funding. It is a game, and those involved in it will actually gleefully describe it as a game. And so I think working at sort of the heart of that helps me understand both what that mentality is like and how to leverage it if you want to, or how to completely avoid it if you don't like it. It is literally a different language, and I don't just mean in terms of vocabulary and jargon. Yeah, there's a ton of jargon, and that takes a little getting used to. But it's also just a very different way of talking about products and services. And I'll give you a very quick example. When a designer creates something new, irrespective of social entrepreneurship or anything else, they think of the value of that thing to a user. And typically, a good VC will, when they look at something new, will think of the IP value of that beyond the simple investment. Meaning, yeah, that's great. I obviously have to get my 10x return over 3 to 5 years. And then, how can we continue to leverage the intellectual property that's inherent in this invention well beyond me actually owning, having a full stake in this company? Because that will allow me to sort of tweak up that valuation. The notion of an invention having monetary value outside of its sales price and outside of the value for a user is 100% missing in the world of design, for better or for worse. And I don't really care to argue the value or non-value of IP right now, but it's just that doesn't cross any designer's mind I've ever worked with in my life. And it's like the first thing that most good VCs will think about. And so as an example, then, if you're trying to teach a student how to present their work during a pitch, one of the things they need to understand is that the person looking at their thing is not thinking about how much is it going to sell for on the shelves at Best Buy, right? There's this second market of IP that they're considering, which is totally in a third in a third plane that designers are like, I don't even know what words you're saying. And that's just an example. There's tons of those, right? There's tons of different ways of thinking about stuff. Ask a designer what derivatives trading means. And it's not just that they don't know because they're inexperienced. Like, they don't know because their brain doesn't work that way. It's the same way when you ask somebody who's in financial services to draw a teapot. They'll say they can't, but it's literally like their brain will not allow them yet to draw that teapot. And I think the closer, or the sooner students realize that, the sooner they can decide if they want to overcome that hump or not.